Hi and welcome to Lois and Morgana Davidson Art. It's Morgana here, and today I'm excited to share with you one of the exclusive videos from my Patreon page for you all to enjoy this week. Call it a trailer of sorts if you like, and if you do like it, then there are plenty more videos like this one available to watch on my Patreon page in my Wildlife in Watercolour series. So please do feel free to follow the link below and take a look. Everything goes towards supporting the channel and making more art. I hope you all enjoy. Hello everybody and welcome to 2024. To settle in, I decided to channel the infamous January blues into something more positive. So, to kick off the year, we have a simple yet effective demo to get us all going. This lovely pair of mute swans set against a simple background of blue water and sky. Step 1 is to draw your swans onto your watercolour paper of choice. I'm using Millford brand cotton paper today, size 1/4 imperial, but one of the nice things about this painting is that it can be easily scaled up or down depending on the size of paper you're most comfortable working on. After applying some masking fluid and letting it dry completely, it's time to prep for the wash. I'm using my large mop brush to fully saturate the top half of the paper with water, while brushing only a sparse amount across the lower half, allowing for some dry brush later on. The first paint I'll be using is raw sienna, which I often use to add a glow of gentle sunlight into a sky, and today is no exception. I'm applying it quite sparingly as I want the blues to be the strongest colour in this wash. Next, I'm using Winsor Blue to create this wonderfully bright, cold sky. This is one of my all-time favourite colours of paint, but it is so vivid and intense that I don't actually get many opportunities to use it. So I advise you to use your favourite colour blue for this painting. You can keep it bright like I am, or use a deeper colour to create something moodier and more atmospheric. When you reach the lower part of the painting, begin dragging your brush more carefully across the textured paper to create these patches of dry brush sparkle. This is a great way to simply and effectively create the illusion of sunlight sparkling across the surface of clear water. And don't worry if, like me, you accidentally pick up the wrong colour with your brush sometimes. You can see here I am quickly and relatively easily able to remove this errant bit of raw sienna that got onto my brush, using another clean brush and a little extra water. At this point, I'm also introducing a little indigo blue, which is a fantastic colour for creating shadows. So at this point my wash is done, nice and bright, clean and very, very blue. Do just make sure to clean up your masking fluid like I am before setting the painting aside to fully dry. Once the wash has dried, remove the masking fluid and pencil back in any details that might also have been rubbed away that you'll need to complete the swans. I'll be painting these birds using wet in wet technique, so I fill in this wing first using clean water. I chose to add a subtle hint of sunlight across the tops of these birds' wings by introducing a very small amount of pale raw sienna here. I do hope it's showing up properly on my camera. If you don't fancy this, you can always simply leave this upper area of the wing white and concentrate on building your layers of shadow from below. For my shadows today, I stuck with the indigo that I used earlier with a little bit of Payne's grey for the darker patches, mixed with plenty of clean water. Once you're happy with the balance of light and dark across the bird's feathers, Allow to fully dry before repeating the same process on your second swan. To paint the mute swan's characteristic dark facial markings, I chose to use Payne's grey as I already had some left on my palette, and a small round detail brush. I began with the small round eye, which is set quite far back from the beak, before bringing this colour down and following my pencil guide marks. Then I used burnt sienna to paint the swan's orange bill. At this point, I thought the painting was finished. As you can see here, I'm happily beginning to remove the masking tape that keeps the paper flat on the board, ready to start taking some final photographs. But there is something missing. Can you guess what it is? I'll give you a moment while I peel off the last of this tape. It's the feet. I penciled the outline of the swan's little black legs and feet, which they keep tucked up while in flight, but completely forgot to paint them in. I guess my brain is still a little bit frazzled from Christmas and New Year. Fortunately, this is such a small detail and a small area to paint that I didn't need to retape the painting to my board. I simply added them in quickly using a little more Payne's grey. And with that, the painting is actually finished this time. I'm really pleased with how this one turned out. I feel like this combination of white and blue is a great antidote to the melancholy that can often strike in January once the festivities are over and the days stretch dull and grey. Hopefully this painting made you smile. I know that painting it certainly cheered me up. So all that remains is to wish you all a belated Happy New Year from me, and of course, as always, very happy painting. Thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can find more like this one available on my Patreon page, which is linked below the video. where I also share reference photographs that are free use for my Patreon members. So please do feel free to check it out. Have a wonderful week, everybody, and once again, wishing you all very happy painting.